Hello, Wolfmind here, and welcome back to the Kilohana Amusement Park. This is the build update number 2, and currently I have the main entrance area done somewhat. I have a few little things I need to add into it, and then I have the first few attractions have been built. I have one roller coaster so far, and a few attractions that are other attractions that are done or being built right now. But let's get right on into it. So as you can see, you can already see where I put the roller coaster over there. But here's the main entrance area, which looks just the same as it was before, but now there's stuff beyond that. It's not just an open plain grass area, and I'm going to be an asshole and go through the exit only. Because I built this place and I can do whatever I want. So let's start over here. This is the cafeteria building, I guess you could say, or like the main food place. So you have all these tables set up in these rooms. And then over here is the actual place where you come and buy your food. I'm most likely going to set it up to where there's a command block underneath and you come press the button and it'll fill your hunger or it'll give you food which you can eat. We'll see, because currently I am having trouble fixing the world guard so that it doesn't deplete hunger when people run around here. Because this is a big park and people are running around to get places and they freaking die starving to death before they even get anywhere good. So I need to fix that. Hopefully I can get the owner to help me with that. Moving on. So we had the cafeteria or food place. I currently don't have a name for it yet, but I'm going to go back over here to this brick building right here, which is the information building. Normally some amusement parks usually have like a little desk or an area sectioned off for information so guests can come and ask questions. And this is what I did with this building. You can't go through the whole building, obviously. It's just like one of those little decoration buildings, I guess, that fill up this space so it's not just trees everywhere, because for some reason I just feel like using tons of trees in this park. Alright, and here's a bathroom, pretty self-explanatory. And right here, I extended the back of the main entrance building to include a general shop back here. So guests can get their general stuff like t-shirts and knickknacks and junk they'll never need ever again. Alright, so here's the first attraction, which is the Carousel. This was like the first thing, obviously, I threw together. And it doesn't work, of course, because I could make it work using command blocks, but that's just going to be very server intensive, and I don't want to kill the server with tons of redstone, even though I know the server has quite a bit of RAM. But yeah, I wasn't planning on doing like too much with the carousel. I was like, okay, this is probably going to look very mediocre at best, but I figured out how to make decent looking horses, I guess you could say, with stairs and slabs. But actually, surprisingly, I had room to actually make it look like a proper carousel. Like when you sit in here, it kind of feels like you're on a carousel that never moves. So yeah, that turned out really well for being the first attraction. This is the little pie stand where you can buy pies at. Well, because I'm allowing some of the other admins to come in and like add in little things wherever they see fit. All right, moving on down here. We're gonna save the roller coaster for last because gotta save the best for last, you know. This is the current area I'm working on, which is one of the themed areas. This is the Carnival Zone. And this is going to have a lot of mini-game stuff and stuff you would find at a general like carnival, like bumper cars. There's going to be a Ferris wheel, some other little thrill rides that are very usually in a regular carnival they're very like sketchy to go on, but not at this park. Of course, this park is going to have excellent safety records. So yeah, here's the bumper cars. Obviously, they don't move around. Really, because it would be too... I couldn't really think of a way. I mean, I could use boats, but then again, that would just be bumper boats, not bumper cars. So I just set it up like this to where they would be set up like every night. The park, when it's closed, they would be set up against the edges over here. Kind of like how they look, though. So yeah, there's the bumper cars. Gotta have bumper cars in an amusement park. I mean, those are one of my favorites. So here are some mini games. I put the tent together and had one of the admins, Sly, who also made that pie stand over there. I asked him if he wanted to put together some mini games, and he did just that. We have a balloon dart toss, which actually uses a bow and arrow. You have a fishing minigame, which works pretty well. And then we have these two other ones, which we haven't figured out what to put in game-wise. We're still thinking of something. Eventually, there'll be games there. And then right here is what I put together, which is the shooting gallery. Pretty self-explanatory. It's you get your bow and arrow from this button over here. You have 12 shots, and there's 9 targets, and you have to try and get all 9 targets with 12 shots. Pretty dark in here. I went with like the pine forest theme with a little house back there, and you just gotta shoot at the buttons, which actually looks kind of cool in here with the shader because it makes it all foggy. Alright, and then I do have this big lake I put together over here, which is going to serve as general like thing to fill up this corner of the park. Because I'm planning on having the road or path that goes this way towards the Ferris wheel over here dead end, and it's just going to dead end into a bunch of roller coasters. And the roller coasters will make their way down one of them will make their way along the lakeside. So yeah, that's the plan for this corner of the map. I plan on doing this corner of the map, finishing it completely before moving on to other things. Of course, I can always change my mind, but that's kind of the idea I want to have. I want to have like a corner of the park that I could say is done, and use that as an example to finish up the rest of the corners. Because pretty much I'm just going along. For inspiration, I've been using like Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, like their list of attractions that they have in the game, just to get an idea of what kind of things I should add, like a merry-go-round, a Ferris wheel, roller coasters obviously, and have different kinds of roller coasters. So here is the Double Helix, which is the only roller coaster right now, but certainly it will not be the only one in the end. I want to make like 10 roller coasters at like the most or least. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm not even sure how big this park's going to be. My general opinion is that it's going to be pretty big. So you have the little waiting area down here I put together. Don't need to look at that because that's just boring waiting area. But here is where you would come in. Normally in real life there would be someone here directing you to a lane. And of course if there were actual trains here, which I can't do in Minecraft, they would be sitting right here. But currently I'm still fixing the issue of having people be able to put down minecarts and stuff. I think I already fixed it, I just need to test it, but I have it set up to where I could put down a minecart and ride it. But this is where you'll come, you'll press this button to go, there'll be another button right here to spawn a minecart out of this dispenser. So let's go check out the roller coaster itself. I had a little fun, did a little challenge of making the climb hill diagonal. Kind of added more to it, made it more, had more variety, so it's not like locked to the grid, I guess you could say. And unfortunately, as you can tell with the drops, they are 45-degree angles, which is what a normal block against corner would be, is 45 degrees. Unfortunately, I can't make anything steeper. I tried. I can go steeper to 90 degrees, but there's no middle ground. I can't go anywhere else. Because I tried and the minecart just gets stuck halfway down on top of the, like, whatever block it gets caught on as it goes down. So, yeah, all the roller coasters are unfortunately going to have 45-degree angles. Except for I might make a few that do 90-degree drops. Like there's some roller coasters in real life that do that. So, yeah, goes up, does a loop around, does a little crest, goes all the way out there, comes back around again, and then goes into the double helixes. Which is where the roller coaster got its name. I'm not very creative, as you can tell. Double helix. Well, why is it called double helix? Because it has 2 helixes, duh. And as it turns nighttime, here is the braking area of the coaster. Well, the end of it. And you might be wondering why the hell there's another track here. Well, in most coasters, there are storage areas for other trains. And this whole platform right here will move back and forth, and it will be able to load trains on and have one for storage, or be able to store multiple trains at night. So that's why that's like that, if you're wondering. And yeah, that's pretty much all that there is to show for right now. Hopefully, by the time I do the next video, I'll have this corner of the park done. I don't want to do too many update videos because they'll just be like, oh, look what's new. Not very much. I'd rather do it to where there's a whole bunch new and I have to make this long video. But yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. My name's Chris, also known as WolfMind, and I'll see you guys in the next video.